Good morning, this is Mark Dowd of Real Estate Economics. Thank you for joining us for this morning's webinar. It is Tuesday, November 20th, 2012. Our topic this morning is price appreciation. I get asked very often regarding price appreciation for various areas of the nation. Our measure of price appreciation differs from most. Some compare the averages of price for a given year with that which occurred last year to measure price appreciation. That is an effective proxy of price appreciation in some cases, but in other cases it's very erroneous. Others measure same house sales to determine price appreciation. The problem with that is the samples tend to be very small, and then also market considerations aren't necessarily taken into account as to why a given house sells for a given reason at a given time. We approach it quite a bit differently, and I want to share with you this morning how we approach price appreciation throughout the spectrum of home size. As many of you know, we download hundreds of thousands of transactions throughout the United States every month. What you're seeing on your screen is a representation of that download for Orange County for third quarter, or a portion of third quarter 2012. Each of the blue dots represent traditional resales, the green dots represent new home builder closings, the red dots are foreclosures, and the yellow dots are foreclosure sales. We examine these every month. Each month, Real Estate Economics downloads these transactions for each region within a 13-state area, including all major areas of California. Mistakes are identified in these transactions and they are corrected in this raw database. Then the data are run through thousands of iterations that follow specific rules which assign each record to its appropriate transaction category. Thereafter, the data are made available to our subscribers at our website, www.realestateeconomics.com, via our closings report, and many of you subscribe to that report. It's actually a series of reports, and these reports present 24-month trends in transactions volume, price, home size, price per square foot, mortgage amounts, bedroom and bathroom counts, lot size, year built, and so on. After a deletion of the outlier records in this database, we also determine market price lines for a given period and compare this price line throughout the spectrum of home size to previous market price lines in order to determine what we feel is the most accurate measure of true price appreciation in a given region. I'm going to show a chart here. This chart presents these year-over-year market price line comparisons, in this case for Orange County. The current market price line is shown by the dashed blue line, and it's actually hidden by many transactions which occurred during this portion of third quarter, but you can see portions of it right here. It was created from the third quarter 2012 sampling of sales transactions throughout the region, and you see these light blue dots are a representation of those home sales in terms of sold price and home size for Orange County. The dashed red line, which is also partially obscured, is created from this same type of data which was compiled last year. What we do is we compare these price lines to measure year-over-year changes in price by unit size. This year-over-year change in price line is not necessarily consistent throughout the spectrum of home size. True price appreciation isn't just one number or percentage for a given market. Rather, true measures of price appreciation tend to change throughout this home size spectrum. In order to determine the change in price throughout the spectrum of home size, a regression formula is applied to specific home sizes shown on each of the market price lines in this chart here. This table, which we've created from that chart, presents this numeric measure of price along the spectrum of home size. And then we measure these differences here. So here's the price line associated with third quarter 2011, and we're comparing that with the price line associated with third quarter 2012. Here's the difference in those prices, and here's the percentage change. Now we also pulled the median home size during the current period in order to measure what the overall price appreciation has been. And in this case, it's 6.2%, or about $24,000 in Orange County, that prices have risen throughout this market area. Now, if you go to our website and pull the closings report for third quarter, you'll notice that that change is closer to about 10%. In fact, it's about 10.5%. What I've done is I've quoted many times throughout our webinars that that's not necessarily the true measure of price appreciation. During the most recent quarters, that measure has tended to overstate price appreciation, partly because so many distressed housing units have been sold that as they're sold and its share of the overall transactions pool declines, the overall prices rise. Now, if you take just new home closings or just traditional resales and do that same comparison, the overall measure will fall. Based upon this median, the true measure of price appreciation in Orange County throughout the past 12 months has been about 6.2%. However, as you can see, it has not been consistent throughout the spectrum of home size. At 1,000 square feet, that price appreciation measure has been closer to 8.2%, or $21,000. As you go up the housing size ladder, and it caps at about 3,500 square feet, price appreciation has only been 3.8%. Now, its overall absolute amount is higher because obviously the prices are higher at that unit size, particular unit size point, but the overall percentage rate has fallen. So price appreciation has been skewed in Orange County toward those smaller home sizes, and that's a typical pattern that we see at the beginning of a new residential cycle. We feel that that residential cycle is now well established. We are beginning to see price appreciation throughout Orange County, or throughout not only Orange County, but throughout areas of California and most areas of the nation. Now, we can produce a report that is similar to this for this any of the areas that we cover, and I'm actually going to share with you what that report looks like. Bear with me as I pull it up. Okay, we call it True Measures of Price Appreciation. Here is our Orange County version of that report. What it does is it basically just explains what I've explained in this webinar. It explains how we compare those price lines, what the sample, where the sample is pulled from, and then it gives that numeric comparison. Again, this report is available on a subscription basis for all of the regions that we cover in this 13-state coverage area that you can see on our website. Now, we can also measure it at the sub-region level. So if you have a particular sub-market that you're interested in California or in any of those 13 states that we cover, give us a call. We'd be glad to pull those numbers for you. If you'd like to subscribe to this, contact my associate Judy Duell or my associate Sandy Rivera, and let me give that contact information. And you can either go to our website and pull their contact information off of realestateeconomics.com or give us a call. We'd be happy to share that with you. Now, for those of you who would like a copy of this True Measures of Price Appreciation report, simply call them and they'll send it directly to you via email. If you'd like to subscribe to this for other areas or for Orange County on an annual basis, we offer this report for a little under $500 per year, and we're happy to provide that for you. If you'd like it run for another area, simply give us a call, and either myself or John Mulville would be happy to run those. Thank you for joining us this morning. We hope you'll join us again for our webinars as we conduct these on a regular basis. And have a great Thanksgiving. Take care. Bye.